Testing, testing, testing. Hello. Hi, good evening. Thank you for tuning in again. Let us start. Give me 1 second. Let's start.
Biết khôi kìa.
No me.
Biết khôi kìa.
Oh, I don't know.
Ê,
Ê,
mở sáng灯này.
Lights on à.
Hello, back again. Okay, today is me one person again. Some of you know for the last few weeks, Fish has been dealing with some family emergency, and is still in emergency, so she's still dealing with it. So she will be back soon. I'll let her explain to you and tell you what is the emergency that she's going through. Okay, so back to my room, and back to me one person doing the show. Sorry I'm a bit late because today there was some I was just preparing the whole show, all the trying to get all the information and stuff, but then having some problems. Okay, and it's always some thing happen here or there, but then good. But then we will not stop this show. We continue to have this show going on. So thank you once again for coming to Lights On, the show that we talk everything under the sun and the moon. 歡迎大家嚟到開燈乜嘢都傾。We have expanded this show into a few other things because firstly we need to think about the the finance partner. So this show has also been now been used, this channel been used to do some affiliate marketing sort of function, because itself this is also a show that's hoping to get some people to support. So at the moment we need to support ourselves, so this is what been doing, and that's what I have been doing for the last few years. I've been doing e-shop, e-commerce, and then some of those are like I've done Amazon, I've done drop shipping. I've done a lot. So currently the Amazon one is still going on, and drop shipping, and now I'm going into the affiliate marketing. So it's a new and added stream of income. So I hope that you guys will give me more support. Okay, regarding all the videos that we're gonna put up, you can always like and share. Okay. Okay, so today we are going to talk about one topic. I think you look at my one of the things that we set up on our chat channel is the title is love. Okay, let me get so today's topic is one of the topic that we all have to deal with, and that's love. Okay, now what is love? Now that's the question that we want to ask everyone. What is your idea of love? If you have any things to say about what is love, then you can always type in the comment, or you can email to us. We will listen, and we will be able to respond to you. Okay, so I'm sure all of us experience love one way or another. You can't say you have not received any love, because a lot of people practice and a lot of people exercise love, in different areas of life. Even if you look at nurses, they also exercise love. So you say that you never been loved before, well, that will not be exactly true, because when you are in KK hospital, the nurse has carried you. Even even the nurse will have carried you and show love and concern to you, and one way or another, someone who see you as a little boy may have shown love and care, and that is the simplest form of love. Okay, and so you actually, no one can say they have not been loved before, that no one loves them. Even their parents, no matter how how they are, they will still love their children. And no matter how maybe they do not really know how to parent the child, but they still will have some sort of love. And even so, a good teacher will have love his student too. And there are many ways, and many different people practices love, okay. And it can be in a very form of small little form of just a caring, caring for a young student, or even caring for someone. It could be already love, you see. So yeah, complicated, but yet it is basically practiced all the time. We like to think that in Singapore we love each other, but then of course there are also different category of love, and then I will tell you my explanation of what love is, but then let me jump to because today the lesson, today the topic we talk about is love, right? So today because I want to talk about love in the second session and third session, mostly second session, third session. So today we're gonna go for a break first, then after that we'll come back, and I will tell you, like I said, I will jump the chapter. We'll go to chapter maybe 4 first, okay, and we'll be talking about how to you keep the marriage together. Okay, now the marriage is born out of love, right? I hope so. You marry your spouse is because of love, okay, not because he has a big house, or he has a lot of money, or maybe it's the two family, try to create a bigger empire, then you arrange marriage. Now, there is a different type of love. There's a pragmatic love, a pragmatic love, okay, and that is that's a bit sad, I know, but then that doesn't mean that there is no true love, okay, and then that doesn't mean that the marriage does not last, because we know that in the past our grandparents or great grandparents, they all have arranged marriage. Some of them has not seen the other half, until the day they get married. So some of those marriages last for a very, very long time, until death, probably, a lot of them. And you cannot say there's no love, and so you cannot say that pragmatic love is fake love or no love, but then sometimes good things do happen out of something that is planned for maybe bad, or planned for failure, and if you work on it, it may turn out to be okay. So I will throw the question back to you guys out there. What is love? 什么是爱情? Okay, so we go for a break. Today we are not gonna have Justin. Not gonna have Big Fish singing a few songs. I'm gonna have chosen a few songs that's royalty free, and then we will listen to those, okay, and most of them are talking about love, okay. let's listen to our first song. Let's go for a break and listen to our first song, okay?
It's been a while since he has left. Had some time to self-reflect, so now I'm writing this to you. I'm really sorry in advance for every time I have to ask you if you might have changed your mind. And baby, does it make me crazy thinking about you every day, wishing you'd appear? And maybe I'm losing it 'cause lately I've been writing love songs to a boy without a name. So here's to someday. I'm kinda over all the talk. Miss Independent never worked for me. Now I don't really mind. There's nothing wrong with needing you. Anyone who wants to criticize isn't worth the time. But baby, does it make me crazy thinking about you every day, wishing you'd appear? And maybe I'm losing it 'cause lately I've been writing love songs to a boy without a name. So here's to someday. I know I got a lot of stuff, and honestly, it makes me terrified of showing it to you. But my best friend always says that if you're right for me, you'll never leave, and I'm hoping that it's true. So baby, does it make me crazy thinking about you every day, wishing you'd appear? And maybe I'm losing it 'cause lately I've been writing love songs to a boy without a name. So here's to someday.
Welcome back. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about love. Okay, so we're gonna start with something called something I've read. Is written by someone. It's called Marriage Saving Tips. Just a few tips. Okay, so let's look at okay, when after you get married, right? I mean, I hope, like I said, it's because of love. Okay, so marriage is not an easy thing. Okay, and after marriage and before marriage is a very, very different ball game. it's very, very different really. You know, you get to know the person a lot more, and then there are a lot of things happening when after you get married. Let's look at how yeah, when you look at the tips of saving your marriage, right, is always looking at some of the well, some of the things that we is negative some things that we do and it's bad for our marriage. Okay, but I shouldn't say our marriage. Our marriage as in all of us. Okay, I'm not married anyway. So let's look at the first one, incompatibility. Yes. Now nobody is 100% compatible to the other person, right? According to experts. No two person is so compatible, you know, that that they are just meant for each other. Okay, and all this word that you are made for each other, you are meant for each other, that I think is vicious only. It's not exactly true. Nobody is 100% compatible with, and there are things that you are not compatible with. Okay, and many of those things are like you have to talk about it, you know. So incompatibility is an issue in the marriage because there will always be some things that you disagree on. Okay, so the issue of incompatibility have to be dealt with one. That means you have to sit down with your spouse to talk about what happened, what to do when you disagree with one another, when the disagree is you know, everybody is making their stand on their opinion, you know. So then what should be done? These are things that you should talk about. Okay, now even you can talk about it before marriage to get, you know, so that you can deal with the issue early. But then after you get married, there will also be some that you did not realize it comes out, and you can still sit down and talk about it. That's have to be mature and adult. Don't just be, you know, like baby or a boy or girl. You know, I mean, be mature. Sit down, talk about it, to deal with the issue rather than you know, standing on your point, going on each other's nerve. Okay. Important is that both parties should question their role and perception linked to the relationship. Okay. Of course, in the Christian point of view, the man should eventually make the decision, but then that doesn't mean that the man can just make the decision without asking the woman or his wife. Okay, so there should be a discussion and there should be the agreement. If let's say how is the process like, you know, the procedure. If there's there's a disagreement that cannot be resolved, then who do they go to listen to them? Who will be, like, for example, like the judge, you know. So in some places, in some family, it's the man who they say that if really disagreement, then the man will make the decision. In some places, some cases, maybe they you know, it could be the woman. You know, in some cases they may have a third party. You know, they may have a counselor. You can go to your pastor. You can go to your spiritual leader. You know, and to ask for wisdom to solve the problem. You know, get someone to evaluate the situation and see what is right and what should be done. And many times that you may be able to, if you quiet down and everybody, you know, not you know, don't be so emotional, you'll be able to find a compromise method of dealing with the issue when both parties can be happy. You know, that's always the case when we are too hot-headed, we are too argumentative, you know, we are too emotional about the issue. We tend to become blinded to it, you know. Like a Chinese saying, which has been used wrongly is 不知庐山真面目，不识庐山真面目。Okay, 只因身在此山中。You do not know the mountain Lu, how it looks like, because you are inside the mountain Lu. A lot of people use it differently. It's like, well, you don't know my power, you know. 不知庐山真面目. Actually, true, but then also it's not made. The whole saying is not made for that. It's to make you know that because you can't see the whole mountain. The reason is because you are inside the mountain. Sometimes when we are inside, we can't see the whole picture. We are too close to it. So you may have to get a third party to deal with the issue. Okay. But this is one thing you have to accept, that both of you are different. You have to have, you may have different opinions about certain issue. And such opinion may not surface out during your courtship. you know, and it may surface during your marriage. That doesn't mean that you're incompatible. It just means that, yeah, this is one incompatibility issue. You know, like nobody is 100% compatible. Like I said, no 2% is 100% compatible. So deal with it in an adult way now. Okay. Yeah, this is be tackled, and then the find a solution that is that both can agree on. You know. But of course, these questions, these are the things that is worth exploring in the beginning of the relationship. You know, don't until when you get married, then you have some gigantic big issue that you disagree on. But most of the time, you won't, because after you spend time with each other, you know what is their stand and what is their, you know, view on certain big life-changing issues. Like most of the time, this type of small incompatibility are small issues. You know, and then it's just knick-knack here and there, you know. So just have to deal with it, and then successful marriage usually means successful dealing with all those things that are negative, you know, that comes out of the relationship. Okay, so yeah, that's what it is. The first issue is incompatibility. Now, what is the second thing? Schedule time together. Okay, now number two important things is you need to find time to spend together. Okay, I know that in Singapore, in many parts of the world, you guys are super busy making money, you know, have to take care of the family, take care of the children, and there's no time. And besides that, you have a lot of other things going on, like golf, you know, golf, your leisure time, and then of course you may be serving in other places, society or organization, or you may be involved in some charitable organization. There are things that you want to continue to do, but then sometimes we do all this kind of external thing, and it's in replacement of the time that you can spending with your other partner. Okay, and that is a very big issue, because most of the time human is like that. You spend less and less time, you will drift apart. When you drift apart and you and your spouse become like a not even better than your colleague, then that is very sad, you know. And this usually give ways to a lot of infidelity, you know, and also yeah, give other people other things or whatever chance to come in and become a intrusion to your marriage. Okay, it may not be a sexual thing, you know. It could be, you know, your friends are more important than your wife. You spend more time with your friends, playing mahjong or go golfing, you know. Some of you are, and you may just want to sacrifice the time with your wife, you know, and because, you know, when it's in the beginning it's okay, then slowly you drift apart. When you drift apart, the more you drift apart, the more you don't want to spend time with her. You know, same goes with the woman. The more you drift apart with your husband, the more you can't bear to see his face when he comes home. So this is human. So you have to make an effort, okay, purpose in your heart to make an effort to spend more time with one another. You have to schedule time together. You know, sometimes you don't have to. Sometimes, you know, in our new this is a new technological advanced world. You can always talk to your spouse in FaceTime, or, you know, in face to face on the phone. You know, I mean, if you are too busy, I know everybody needs to make money, needs to build up your career. You know, 1,001 things they need to do, and it is a bit asking too much to even you know, take away one day or half a day to spend with your partner. But the problem is there are still, the issue is but the solution is there are many other things that you can do once to make both of you to feel connected, and then that you do care for each other. You know, sometimes it's like even messaging. You know, you only take how long? Only 1 minute to message. You know, a love message, to message and ask her how's your day. You know, the message on how's things going on, your work. You know, and even just to talk to each other for 10 minutes on the phone. You know, to show concern. It means a lot. Okay, basically spending time as in not just face to face only, but also maybe on the phone or many other media that you can use, you know, to show concern, to show your support, to show that you are still, you know, very much interested in her or him. Okay, so it is very important Okay, and you really need to make time for each other, especially when you're already married. Don't take it like a objective. Not men will do that. Make it very objective mind. Once you get married already, okay, one task done already. That's it. It's a different thing. No, I cannot. So you really have to make time for each other. Okay, and you can hear someone drilling on the wall, right? That's my house. People keep knocking on the wall in the midnight, night, and then they drill. They don't do what at night. Only at night they do it. Don't know why. Okay. One of the things you can do is that before you're ready, go through the ceremony of marriage, right? What have you been doing? You can continue to do that. Okay, continue to spend time. For example, if you have been going mountain climbing with your partner, to continue that schedule, or do continue doing it. Maybe not so often, but then still continue to do it in a lesser frequency, but then you still do it, because that is to show that you still love each other, that you still love her, you still love him, that you are still, you're not changed, you're still the same, how you feel about each other. Okay, you can also find new things to do, if that, as age goes by, as age comes, as things becoming a little bit more and more tired. I understand that sometimes some of the things that you do together is no longer an option. Okay, you can find new things to do together. Make sure both enjoy it. Make sure both enjoy the time, enjoy the things that you do together. And that's important. So schedule time together is very important. Now next, this one, use love letter and date night. Okay, I'm sure you date each other before you married. Okay, if you don't, you can start dating each other. I know people who don't date each other because of some reason. Then after that, after they get married, they just after that then they start dating each other. Okay, it's fine too. Now it comes to keeping the relationship alive and exciting. Okay, you need to spice up things occasionally. This can be done through even things like love letters or a date night. Okay, or a date out night, date night, whatever So if you can't do it every week to have, let's say, a Saturday night to have date, then you have to do it like maybe once in 2 weeks, and make sure that it is something that you want to do especially for each other. A time you set aside that is a date. You can still date each other after you get married. Okay, now I'm sure you send each other secret messages, love messages, and all that. I mean, you can't, you don't have to stop doing it after you get married. You can still do it. You don't have to be in a letter form. We don't send letter nowadays. I mean, I know, do you write love letters? Most of us don't. The only love letters we enjoy is the Chinese New Year love letters, and then that's very tasty. Okay. But then the love letters that we know nowadays, maybe we send WhatsApp messages now. We send SMS messages. We can email if you want to, and then do a bit of tell her how you feel, tell him how you feel, and this actually will spurs up the whole relationship together. Don't stop doing it. Don't stop telling each other how much you love each other. It may not. You can. I mean, if you want, you can send letters if you want. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I mean, it's such a romantic thing to send love letters, I believe. And then yeah. Another thing I say, you can email, you can do the other electronic mail thing, or you can send nowadays. There are a lot of websites they can send card. Just to send card. Not have to be an occasion. Don't just send on her birthday. Her birthday, her Valentine's Day, can send anytime, if you want to show her your love, send it periodically, maybe once a week, once in 2 weeks, and just to show that that you you want to continue to maintain that love, that romantic environment, with one another. I tell you, this will do a great help to your marriage. Okay. Okay, so to show that you care, okay, you also can have dates, like once a week you can have your date, yeah. I mean, whatever Queen's night, King's night, your date lah, and you still go every week if you want to. It's a good thing. Also, you can go out on your own. I mean, to go out and just to cook at home, but then maybe you are tired or what, but then it is a sacrifice lah. Love is always there's always sacrifice. So if you really, I mean, if you want to go out, then you go out together, or now of course we have all this problem with the pandemic. You can order in, you can order in, or just to spend time together, or if let's say you have children when they are asleep, you can order ice cream, or buy ice cream, put in the fridge, and there are a lot of things you can do to help to spruce up the relationship thing, yeah, you don't have to spend a lot of money, you don't have to spend. I mean, now you probably have a lot of expenses going on, so yeah, you are committed to that, putting your, you want to show that you want to keep on doing what is right for each other. Okay, let's look at the next one, which is yep, my dog was barking, and because of the noise they were making in drilling at night, and yeah, this is a chain reaction. Okay, so let's look at keep yourself in good shape, and physically and mentally. Well, this one can move up a bit. Okay, that's better. Keep yourself in good shape and physically and mentally. Now, why? Okay, now because let's be practical lah. You love each other, but we all change, okay, because of shape, and sometimes when after we get married, right, then we decided that okay, now my purpose gone already, done already, get married, captured already, lock her in already. Then we become very lax, time to go fat, and time to develop habits that people that you don't really care. Now she had to accept you no matter what. So you develop bad habits, like you don't bathe for 2-3 days, and you don't wash your leg when you come in, and some of us have other habits that we are not afraid to show already, because before marriage you must cannot show, after marriage then you let yourself out, then you get to see all this. But then the problem is these kind of things can cause also your marriage, and it may also cause problem. Okay, so it's a it may also cause to feel the person, your partner, to feel that you don't really treasure her or him, and that's why you that's why you do not that's why you went into some of your indulgence, what she don't like. I mean, like, for example, if your wife really hates durian, and you love durian, and then before marriage you never go and bring her to durian, of course you don't, she hates it, but after marriage you every day eat durian, then you are causing a big trouble for her. You may have to think about her, in whatever you do. So yeah, so okay, back to the issue about the keeping yourself in good shape and all that is important, because you make yourself look bad in the end. Your spouse find other option outside. Okay, there are many distraction, there are many seduction going on, okay, and whether man or woman, okay, not just men, you can be you can fall into lust, and in the end, infidelity. So these are things that you have to, your duty lah, is your responsibility to keep yourself physically and mentally healthy. Okay. Also make sure that you do not try to cause your spouse to go crazy because of your habits and stuff. So also keep her mentally healthy too lah. Okay, it is important, and many times if you want to think of exercising, you can exercise with your spouse together, and many people do that, and many successful people do that, because it will help to maintain the relationship, and at the same time both of you can exercise together and keep in shape. Okay. I know that there are many commitments and schedule again in this issue, that you need to do. There are many things you need to, there's a side gig going on, there are many things you want to do, you want to achieve, yeah, but then these are often the excuses given for the lack of focus or keeping yourself in best condition, both mentally and physically lah. But if both parties don't make a concerted effort to look good for each other, it certainly gives the impression of not valuing the relationship enough. Okay, you want to show that you value the relationship. This is one way you can do continue to keep yourself in shape or in healthy mental state. Okay, it's still going on, here. Somebody don't know why they like to drill at night. Okay, and they like to hammer things at night. It's even after our neighbors complain to the police and whatever complain, I don't know about police or not, but complain, and they still do it. Inconsiderate labors are like that. Okay, so so anyway, you need to keep try to keep a healthy lifestyle for each other, because you want to enjoy your lives together as long as possible. Don't overdo anything. Okay, don't overeat or overdrink. Keep each other healthy. Okay, so next is put your spouse on top of the list. Put her on top of the list. Most importantly, on top of your name. Okay, in the list. That means put her first. Okay, I know some of you are Christians or other religion group. You want to put your God first. That's fine, but she must be two second. Now making a spouse feel important and love is in a relationship will definitely benefit both parties. It's just the effort made will not go unnoticed. Okay, putting oneself above you, people will know. Okay, people will feel your responsibility. They feel that you are, in your mind is you think of her more than yourself. Okay. Do not, definitely not, and please don't put your money above her or him. Don't put the power or business or success above your spouse, because success is not just in building a business, it's also in your relationship with your loved one. Okay, no one to share your joy, no one to share your success story, no one to be proud of you. You will live in misery even if you own the whole world. That I can tell you. Okay. You need to treat each other with love, with respect. Okay, and most importantly is the respect. Okay, and do care about her wishes or his wishes. Don't just make decision, because you are earning more, because you are from a better family. Treat each other with respect. Value each other input, or value each other opinion. Know that the family depend on both of you building it, not just one person. Okay, now this attitude of putting someone on a pedestal is that it's like you treasure each other views on things. Always consult. It feels like you always consult your spouse for even important decision that will affect each other. Don't make decision for her if, let's say, that what you decide can affect her. Okay, and yeah, like buying a car, don't buy a sport car just because you feel like it, and then in the end you suffer for it, because not only you will suffer, she will suffer with you, your family will suffer with you. Okay, so so continue to make a conscious effort to indulge in activity like putting her activity that put her first. Okay, remembering her birthday is the very basic. Okay, remembering and giving gift on the Valentine's Day. All these are very basic. Okay, don't believe when the wives or the woman tells you, oh, donate, donate, donate lah. So expensive. Actually, what she means is yes. Okay, sometimes you have to do things. To surprise her lah. And surprises are always good for a relationship. Good surprises are not bad surprises, not bad surprises. Okay. And many times you can do simple acts that do not cost a lot of work or money, to show how you treat her well, you put her first, like even simple thing like Singapore we don't, but in other country the man will always pull the chair up to let the woman sit before he sit down, and nowadays you don't, you sit down, the man, you go to a hawker center, you see the man will just sit down, the wife want to sit, it's her business, kind of thing, and and also like opening doors for her, go open the doors for her while you're going entering the car. Okay, men also don't do that one. Okay, and yeah, and the things that you do to show that you care for her or for him, you can do like simple thing like you see that your husband's socks has holes, you can go and buy some socks for him. These are simple things that also can show that how much you love him or her. Okay, always choose to spend quality time together with one another, and that is the key thing. Okay, and last but not least, the importance of saving a marriage. You must want to save the marriage. Okay, don't build out every time you have a problem. Okay, this is not like buying apples or a vegetable from the market. You don't like, you can throw it away. This is a marriage. Okay, it is important. It is important to you, important to your spouse, important to each other families as well. And marriage is not something to be taken lightly. This is one truth that you have to accept, and you have to make every effort, even if you start to face problem in your marriage, to make every effort to want to save the marriage, because it is marriage is a spectacular thing. Two person come together, it's like a miracles that happen, that you want to stay together and share each other lives. It is something worth saving. I can guarantee you. Maybe you don't feel it when you are angry at the time, when you feel disappointed at the time, being cheated maybe, but then it is always worth saving. Okay, forgiveness in the family is extremely important, and not just that, but acceptance. Okay, endurance. Sometimes you really need to endure. Okay, especially when children is involved. Okay, the marriage is a very stable thing for the children. It is something that you should try all your utmost best to save it. Okay. So how to save your marriage? How to not give up in your marriage? Number one, you can set aside time to talk about things. Okay, have a family meeting or whatever, or you can be a formal type. Sit around, relax, and then talk about issue. And instead of fighting, instead of going into a fight, instead of coming to pass, you are not prepared. You can talk about things, issues that you may face or you already faced. Okay, these are important things. Sit down nicely, relax, talk about it. Don't argue whenever you talk. Okay. Now, second way you can do to save the marriage: genuine seek another chance to make the marriage work. You must be willing to seek another chance to make the marriage work. Okay, give yourself a second chance. Don't build out because it is the first sign you see there's a problem, there's a disagreement, and that is really stupid. Okay, I used to work in a law firm for a few years, so I like to call myself paralegal, but then there's actually in Singapore there's no such thing as paralegal, you know, and in Singapore there's no paralegal type of qualification that you work in you're probably a clerk in a law firm, and then you knows about the law a bit, so not a paralegal, but then we like to call ourselves paralegal, just like in America and many countries. Okay, some of the countries, the paralegal, you need to have a degree in law, which in Singapore we do not. So I was working in a law firm, and then there was one time we know there are cases coming when they are trying to, the husband and wife are trying to sign a separation agreement. That is a pre-agreement with, you know, prelude to a eventual divorce, maybe in about two years time. They will be separated, they will not live together for 2 years, and then after that they can apply bilaterally to ask for a divorce, you know, and that is how the Singapore law works. Unless there's you can prove that there's adultery going on, you can actually sign for, you can ask immediately to get a divorce. Okay, but nevertheless, depends on the judge. Sometimes even after infidelity cases, the judge may still wants you to go for a separation before a divorce. So it really depends. But then in law, you have to go for separation. So this couple was supposed to go for separation and then sign a separation agreement or something, you know, so that after 2 years they can go for a divorce. Okay, no infidelity, but then just couldn't get along with each other. So I saw this man, the customer that comes in, we represent the man, and he came in and you know, he came in to sign this agreement, the agreement on separation agreement, and then while he is when he comes into our office, I saw him holding hand with another girl. And also in my mind, I said, wow, this one very garang, you know, come to sign the agreement, bring his girlfriend, you know, hold the hand, come in like so lovingly and happily, and you know, together, you know. It's causing trouble because the you know, when this happens, the wife, if they say comes, the wife will come to sign. The wife see already, she can use this as you know, a ground to ask for more things in the future for, you know, alimony or whatever, you know. So I was a bit surprised, so because I'm the lawyer, the lawyer is dealing with them, so I just you know, lead them and bring them into the conference room, and eventually I saw them coming out. Okay, so I asked because it's not uncommon that you know, the wife will come or the spouse will come at a later time if they don't want to see each other, you know, so that they will not meet each other there to sign separately. So it's fine. So I thought you know, good thing I was mentioning to the lawyer who's involved that it's a good thing that the wife did not come together. I said that, you know, if she comes, she'll see this sight, you know, this scene, then it's going to be big trouble. And then the lawyer was a bit puzzled. Said, "What do you mean? The customer just came with his wife." And I said, "What? The woman that he was holding hand when he's coming into our office, so happily, like so lovingly, is his wife that he's going to be separated from?" I said, "Yes, weird thing, but then yes, it's true, you know." And yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes we build on our marriage because of very little thing, you know. Maybe you know, we like to use the example, you know, maybe you know, the way you squeeze the toothpaste, you're not happy. Then, you know, you just decided, okay, let's separate now. As this couple that came to the office of the law firm that I work in, they literally they hold hands, and I don't see anything that violently disagreement, you know. But then they came and do a separation. So sometimes we separate. We want to build our marriage for the smallest little thing, you know, and we do not understand what marriage is all about. It is something that is sacred. Okay, it is something that is sacred, and it's something that is don't take it lightly when you make a decision to get married. Okay, getting married is a life-changing decision. Okay, don't take it lightly. Okay, so these are the 6 things that you can do to save your marriage, you know. So we go for a break. After the break, we will come back and talk about what is love according to you know, psychologically, what is love. Okay, So let's go for a break, and then I have a second song waiting for you, and I'll see you later.
Thought it was better to wallow than swallow my pride and admit that my life was feeling so hollow and I couldn't handle it. So I called a couple of friends and a caring specialist, and I talked through all of my problems till they started to shrink a bit. Nothing's easy, but you gotta believe me, you'll never truly be alone. It's okay to ask for help, don't need to fix it all by yourself. It's okay to find a friend to lean on and talk it out, talk it out. It's okay to ask for help instead of holding on to how you felt. So don't be afraid to go on and reach out. I know it sounds conflicting, but being sad can be addicting. Even when it's awful, still easier than committing. To face you might be missing and do the harder work of fixing all of the broken pieces out of place. Nothing's easy, but you gotta believe me, you'll never truly be alone. It's okay to ask for help, don't need to fix it all by yourself. It's okay to find a friend to lean on and talk it out, talk it out. It's okay to ask for help instead of holding on to how you felt. So don't be afraid to go on and reach out. There's nothing to fear. Oh, I know you'll find someone who hears you. Oh, I know you'll find someone who helps you through the day. It'll soon be clear when you find someone who hears you. Find someone who loves the things you say. Oh. It's okay to ask for help, don't need to fix it all by yourself. It's okay to find a friend to lean on and talk it out, talk it out. It's okay to ask for help instead of holding on to how you felt. So don't be afraid to go on and reach out.
So thank you for the songs and all that. So do you still believe in love? Do you still believe in marriage? Okay, there's a lot of work to do to build up your marriage. Okay. Now I want to talk about another different thing now. Okay, like I just mentioned, we are going to talk about what is love all about psychologically. This is some things, some excerpt that's being brought out of from someone who is a psychologist on a psychological explanation of what love is. Okay, now before I continue, just now the first song is called Someday by LXG. I just want to give credit for Someday by LXG, the lady who sang the first song. The second song we just heard one is For Helps Sleeping. Okay, I don't know why is it sleeping for, like that asking for help thing. The artist is called Leon or Lion. Okay, both have no copyright issue. Okay, let's proceed on. Now, what is love? Okay, now you know why I'm one-sided today. I want to show the slides from here. Now, what is love according to a psychologist? Okay, it's a very difficult question for the mankind. Okay, love is I think it's a question that people has been asking for a very long time, and people still do not have a definite answer for what love is. Okay, is it from the heart? And the heart is actually the brain. Is it from the brain and mind? So what is it? But then there's still people who say no, it's from the heart. It's not from the mind. But then there's scientists will say that no, the heart just can't feel anything except the brain. So it's a bit confusing. And then of course, if you are a more spiritual person, you say the love is from the soul. And then the love is also from the spirit, and many other explanations of what love is. But then to the psychologist, he said that it is the most difficult question for mankind. Oh, so cheeky, don't never even answer the question and say that it's very difficult. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's psychologist for you. No one can give a proper definition of what love is. Love is an emotion of strong affection and personal attachment. Now, according to a psychologist, love is an emotion of strong affection towards you. Having affection towards a person, and a personal attachment to the person, and that is love. Okay, don't you think it's a little bit too simple? Maybe. Now, there are two types of love according to a psychologist: the impersonal love and interpersonal love. What is impersonal love? We love things. Okay, we love char kway teow, we love yu char kueh. These are love. Pedophilia, things that you love wine, you love things that are not personal with, something that is more object. You love the tree, you love this tree. And then there are people who truly love bridge, and I heard that there are people who has applied to marry to a bridge because they love the bridge so much. Crazy people, right? In this world there are a lot of crazy people doing crazy things. Go, apply to get a marriage cert to a bridge. That is could be one of the top. Okay, the love of an object, a principle or goal. You love to see a movie, or you love jogging, action. A goal. You love jogging, and you love the things that they are not human. These are called impersonal love. And then of course we have personal love, interpersonal love, love between human beings, unrequired love. Okay, you can love someone without having the person love you back. Okay, unrequited love. Okay, love is mostly associated with interpersonal relationship. Okay, it could be brotherly and sisterly love. It could be between two young kids. Okay, like you can see the picture here. Or it could be between two adults. Okay, now interpersonal love be love between an animal and a human being. Yes, because an animal can have a certain consciousness of love. Okay, so it is possible. Okay, interpersonal does not really mean between human beings. Now there are different type of interpersonal love. Okay, there's eros, which is a romantic love between you and your wife. These are called erotic love, romantic love. Okay, the second type of love is called the ludus love, uncommitted love, one night stand. All these are called ludus love. Okay, those for the sake of lust. for the sake of your body functions, for your body needs, according to some of them, your bodily needs and all that. Those are not love, those are just ludus love, uncommitted love. Okay, now there's those called Soch love, slow developing love, love that slowly develop over time, that is called Soch love. Okay, they also call pragmatic love, love that is between two persons because of certain need. For example, between two tribes, or between two families. That is love. You need to love because you need to get married to, because of that. Okay, that's a practical love. Love because you need to love, because it is not so emotional. Okay, and there are people who want to get married to a rich man and that's it, or someone who want to marry to a model and that's it. Once you see a model beautiful, you like, you love, you want to get married. Is there really love inside? I'm not too sure. Could it be lust? Yes, maybe. I don't know. Okay, there's nothing wrong with loving pragmatic love. Like I said, there are people who has practical love and yet has very long marriages together. Okay, so don't judge. Now, mania love, obsessive love. You love until no sky, no land, no nothing. Okay, the whole world can go bust as long as you can show your love, as long as you can love. These are called mania love. Okay, obsessive love. There are also one type of love called the agape love, caring type of love. Agape love is unconditional love, love that do not require you to give any condition, excuse, do not need you to fulfill any repayment for that love. That means you love without asking for return, a sacrificial love. Agape love, just like the love that Jesus had for mankind, so that he died for them. That is called agape love. Okay, even if you are the one who brought him, we are the one who nailed him to the cross, that is agape love. Continue. Okay, now signs of being loved. Signs as in what are the things that you can see that people are loving you. You see that someone is loving you. Love cannot be that you are being in love. Okay, that means how do you know you're in love? Love cannot be learned or taught. Okay, no one can tell you, okay, when you feel like that is love. Okay, a lot of people try to teach you what is love, but actually the fact is the love cannot be taught. It has to be felt. It has to be something, and human can feel love unless you are a sociopath. You have antisocial, you are antisocial, you show antisocial behavior, and that's where you can't love. And that's a mental issue, so it's sad, but then of course that you can't love. But most people will be able to love, do not need to learn, and do not need to learn to be taught. Many times it is taught, if it only can be taught by example. That means like the mother loving a child, the amount of commitment, the sacrifice the child sees to teach the child to understand what love is. Like a father, how he loves his children, and how he love his work, and not sparing anything for himself, but then all given to the child, all that, and then the children can feel that love. So we learn from example, from the action of others. That's how we can learn. But then other than that, love cannot be taught. You can go to a classroom and say love is this, but then you still need to experience it yourself. Okay, now falling in love with someone is exciting. Okay, it's not a sad thing. Okay, it is not a dreadful thing. It is not a lustful thing, but it is an exciting thing. Okay, just excited. To when the person is around, you're very excited. Your heart beat very fast. It's a very exciting thing. And when you're near to a person, you can't speak because you are too excited. Your heart is coming out of your mouth already. So yeah, it's an exciting thing. That may also be a bit confusing. It may be confusing. Some people may be a bit confused. That how can I love such a person, or how can this be love, and all this. So it can be confusing sometimes when the chemistry, when you have chemistry with the other person. You don't really have to have reason. It's sometimes quite unexplained one. Continue. When you are in love with someone, you remember him or her all the time. You will remember the face, you remember the nose that she had, you will remember her detail all the time. Okay, and everything in daily life reminds you of him or her. Okay, everything, a little bit of thing, you see a rock on the floor, you see, hey, it looks like her. Okay, it reminds you of her, you know, of the time you spent or whatever she said with regard to the rock or a piece of rock, you know. So you always reminds you of her because that's what she or he is always in your mind. You know, every little thing reminds you. So sometimes we think that, hey, maybe we are fated, you know, so many things happen, you know, it's about him, about her, you know, God is telling me something, but actually sometimes it's because of you lah, you know, it's not because of God or anything, it's because you are infatuated or you are in love with this person. That's why anything that happens you see is makes you think that it reminds of him. Okay, even when you dream of Mickey Mouse, okay, you say I dream of him because Mickey Mouse remind me of him lah. You know, that's what happens when you're in love. So yeah, don't see too much into it. Okay, you always care about his or her safety and happiness. You always wonder where she is she safe, is he doing well, you know, how's his exam doing, you know, about is he feeling happy now, you know, I mean, is he feeling sad, is he being mistreated in work and all this kind of thing, you know. You start to worry about him or her, even though some of these worrying are very are not illogical, you know. It shouldn't be worrying when, you know, everybody is adult, you know, he's adult, even if he's being bullied, he can take care of himself, you know. So yeah, that's when you're in love. You become more cautious about your appearance. You want to, you know, in front of him especially, or in front of her especially, you want to make sure you look good. You want to make sure you are dressed well, you know, make sure that you know, your things that not presentable is being covered, you know. Yeah, so you want to look good in front of him or her. You deny spending much time with your friends. Okay, that means suddenly spending time with the other friends become very not interested. You know, you start to not want to spend so much time with them, but want to give more time for this person. Okay, you're eager to understand every detail of his or her life. You want to know her parents, her grandparents, her great grandparents, her great auntie, you know, her auntie from China, her auntie from India, you know, everything about her you want to know more, you know. You want to know every detail of his or her life. You want to be loyal to him or her and expect the same. Okay, you may try not to think about another woman or another man, you know. You feel that it's betraying if you think too much about the other person or whatever. Sometimes even the singer that you like, you know, you may not even be so involved or so crazy about anymore because you want to show that you want to, because your priority, your heart is different already. Okay, so yeah, that's the reason why. Okay, then you tend to think about his or her expectation. You know, you tend to want to think, is it okay? You know, what I do, does it bring a bad impression? You know, you want to know about what she likes and what she likes about a person and what she don't like about a person, the behavior she expect you to behave, you know, and you know, you care about what she thinks lah, basically, you know. So that's when you truly are in love. Okay, now psychology depicts love as connective, can be seen. Love is social phenomena, you know. It is something which is a social thing that is happening between people. Okay, so love can be seen, is recognizable, and love is a social thing. You know, you spend a lot of time with people, you will develop love eventually. It's a phenomena that happens socially. Okay, psychologist Robert Sternberg formulated a triangular theory of love. He said that love includes intimacy, commitment, and passion. Okay, so according to the psychologist, it said that the love involves three things: intimacy, commitment, and passion. Okay, intimacy, two persons sharing the same confidence and various details of their personal life. That's intimacy. Okay, sharing some of the detail of their life that nobody knows. Okay, we may share with the person we love about things that we don't share with other people. We feel more comfortable because that's developed that intimacy. And then commitment is the expectation that the relationship is going to be permanent, and the expectation that you're very committed to one another, being faithful to one another. You expect faithfulness if there's love. Okay, a person can be a playboy for 20 years, but then when he find the person he loves, he expect to be faithful. He expect himself to be faithful. He expect the other person to be faithful to him. Okay, that's the difference. Commitment. And then passionate love is shown in infatuation as well as romantic love. Okay, there are passion for one another, you desire one another. Okay, yeah, that's the passion. So psychologist Eric Fromm mentioned in his book The Art of Loving is that love is not merely a feeling, okay, but also an action. Love will cause you to do things, okay, but it is not just a feeling, not just feeling, oh, no, butterfly in my stomach, the type of feeling, but also it is it will call you for action, to do something about it, to want to call the person, to want to do something about it, to sacrifice, to do, you know, there are a lot of things you will do for love. Love is a commitment, and love is a conscious choice. It is a choice we make. Okay, you decide whether you want to love the person or you do not love the person. It cannot be driven just by emotion. Okay, it cannot be driven just because you feel, you know, many a time that emotion thing, you yearn for the person thing is the last and not love. So that is the difference. Okay, so much so for love according to a psychologist. So what do you think? Do you think you are in love? Okay, now I'm going to go for a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about love according to the Bible. Okay, now why? Because the Bible is also known as the book of love. So what is the best place to look for is in love is actually the book of Bible. You know, it talks about a lot of love and stuff like that. So you will have a clearer picture of what love is all about if you want to read more in the Bible. So let's go for a break and then we will come back. Okay.
I'm alone in the dark, can I be where you are? You were gone from the start, now you tear me apart. I gave you my trust, but you treated me like I couldn't see. I thought you were the one, but I know that I'll never be the girl that you need. You need. You feel the same if you were at the back of her mind. Suddenly the rain is wiped through the dust from my eyes. I'm alone in the dark, can I be where you are? You were gone from the start, now you tear me apart. I gave you my trust, but you treated me like I couldn't see. I thought you were the one, but I know that I'll never be the girl that you need. You need. You would feel the same if you were at the back of her mind. Suddenly the rain has wiped away the dust from my eyes. I gave you my trust, but you treated me like I couldn't see. I thought you were the one, but I know that I'll never be the girl that you need. You need. You would feel the same if you were at the back of her mind. Suddenly the rain has wiped away the dust from my eyes.
Wow, very nice song, beautiful song. Okay, no copyright and no copyright issue one. Okay, some of these songs, free songs, are very beautiful. Okay, let's talk about the love in the Bible. I want to show you this. Okay, this is today's topic, love. So nice, right? Okay, now what is love? According to the Bible in the book of Hebrew, right? Wait. Corinthians 13:4-8. It says that love is what? Patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy. Okay, love is always patient. Okay, love is not something that you will. Love is always patient with one another. If you show patience to people, it is love. If you look at the different different direction, different angle, to show love, a lot of time you need to show patience. And when you show patience to people, that is already a kind of form of love. Okay, being patient with someone is not easy thing. Patient has no time limit. Being patient means you are patient all the time with the person. Okay, love is always kind. Kindness is love. Show kindness to someone, it is showing love. You have an old woman cross the road, that is love. Okay, because kindness is love. Love does not envy. Love does not envy somebody's possession. Love does not envy what the person has. Love does not envy how people love another person. Okay, basically love does not go jealous about why you love him, why he doesn't love me. This is not love. This is request for love, and this is being jealous already, being envious. Love is not envious at all. Okay, if you do not show envy, that is a very good sign that you are able to love. Okay, love does not boast. Some say that love does not boast in itself. Okay, love don't have to show people that you love. Don't have to boast that, hey, I love you. No, I love you a lot. No, I love you so much. I give you a car. No, I give you a house. No, it doesn't show. That is not love. Okay, love does not boast, because love is giving. Okay, you gave and you do not ask anything. In fact, when someone tells you about all the record of his loving you, what he gave you, he expects something back from you. That's the reason why he say it. Okay, now that's not love. Okay, when someone loves you, it is love without any condition. Giving away without asking for anything in return. That's love. Love do not boast. Love is not proud. Okay, that's easy to understand. Love, when you love, you are not proud of yourself. Okay, don't be proud of yourself. And a person who humility basically is love. Being humble is love. Okay, love does not dishonor others. Even dishonor sometimes doesn't mean the person did something wrong. The person did nothing wrong. You go and dishonor him. But sometimes when the person did something wrong, you do not openly expose the person to dishonor that person. Okay, do not dishonor the other person, even if the person is in the wrong. Okay, now that is love. Okay, another word for it can be called meekness. Okay, love is like meekness. Okay, you have the power to expose, but you do not want to. You do not dishonor others. You like to bring honor to everyone. Okay, people who like to openly criticize another person is really do not understand love. Okay, people who always try to dishonor someone in front do not really know love. Love is not self-seeking. Love is always giving rather than self-seeking. You do not ask anything in return. If you love someone so that the person can love you back, it's not love. Okay, that is conditional love already. That is a very different type of thing. It's no longer true love. Okay, love is not easily angered. Now, love has patience. In the first one is patient, right? Then that's why you are not easily angered. Okay, that doesn't mean you won't be angry. Sometimes you're angry because of love. Okay, and there are such anger that do not cause you to do the wrong thing. It is angry of the person not being responsive to help. Okay, for example, you can get angry, but you are not easily angered. Love is usually a very soft spoken in accents. Okay, love keeps no record of wrongs. Love forgives very fast. It does not keep records of wrong. That doesn't mean that there's no wrong. It doesn't keep record. You know, it's like someone will say, okay, it's okay, forget it, you know, type of thing, you know, and doesn't keep record of the wrongs that you did. Love does not delight in evil. That's one thing very important. Love does not delight in evil. If you love someone, then you go to Thailand and ask the Kang Tao person to go and do a love potion and all that. That is not love. Okay, that is evil. Love does not delight in evil. Okay, always rejoices with the truth. Okay, love always rejoices with the truth. When someone tells you because out of love, you know, things that you did wrong, you will always rejoice because you feel that love. You know, if I don't love you, I don't even want to bother to tell you anything. Seriously, indifferent is the opposite of love, not hate. Hate is not the opposite of love. Because hate, there's such thing called a hate-love relationship. Okay, hate and love is so close, you know, they can be jump over, you know, from one to another. Okay, so the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifferent. Simply bochap you. That is what it means. Okay, love always protects. Okay, you protect the other person, you protect the integrity of the person, you protect the person always. Okay, protect him from being attacked by other people. Sometimes because of love, you don't reveal the whole truth. Now that doesn't mean you lie. Okay, you just don't reveal the whole truth, or then don't speak about some things that's so direct, because you know sometimes truth can hurt people, and truth spoken in the wrong time, wrong space, wrong place can also cause people to get attacked. Okay, I've seen it with my own eyes. Don't ask me an example because it's going to be hard to explain. But I've seen it with my own eyes. You know, people who like to speak the truth. This truth, you know, you done this wrong, you done this wrong, you know, you done this wrong. People exposing it. In the end, this person in the near future time, it start to get attacked from other people, because people start to judge this person. So in the end, sometimes you need to protect the person, you know, so that you can reveal the truth in private, you know, and don't have to expose the person openly. Don't wash dirty laundry in public. Okay. Do you need to wash dirty laundry? You always need to wash dirty laundry, maybe in privately. Okay. And love always trust. Okay, always trust. Now here I must explain. Must qualify. The trust here is not like someone cheat you. You next time you say please forgive me, then you say trust me again, then give you money again. You know, this is not what it means. Always trust means you always trust the person, no matter how many people or how much of mistrust that has been put on the person. You know, if the person try to explain to you and ask you to trust him because of love, you should trust the person. You should entrust the person probably with your life. Okay, now that is a trustworthy person. You have to qualify that. Don't just trust anybody out there and say it's love. Okay, You must be a trustworthy person, but you always trust a trustworthy person. If the person cannot be trusted with money, don't hand him the money. You can always love the person with protects. You can always love the person with patience, but if it's not a trustworthy person, you have to show him love in another way. And sometimes not over trusting a person who is not trustworthy is a form of love. Okay, you do not cause the person to commit crime, to sin. You know, the more you trust the person who is untrustworthy, you know, the more you put him into deep soup. Okay, so always trust a trustworthy person. You must qualify that. Now, always love always hopes. Love always have hope for the best. Okay, always think about the best for the person. Always hope. You know, sometimes a person may have only a 10% chance of being successful. You must always trust the person. You must always hope the best for that person. You know, and that's love. No matter how improbable or impossible the outcome to be positive in the whole situation is. Okay, so love always hopes. Sometimes hopes can also cause a person to have confidence, and sometimes hope is hope upon hope. Okay, and hope can cause a person to have hope too. Okay, so hope is like a unity thing. Okay, love always preserves. Okay, love always preserves. Okay, that one to explain. Preserve, that means always try to protect and preserve that relationship. Always try to preserve that thing that is maybe dwindling away, but you want to hold on to it. You know, love always hold on to things that it seems to be going away. Okay, love always preserve. Okay, love always preserve that which may go wrong. Love always want to make sure things goes on and on and on and on. So love always hope that things will be forever. And in the end, is love never fails. Okay, love never fails. It doesn't mean that when you have love, everything will be successful. Love never fails here means love never fails the time. Okay, love lasts forever. It will not fail eventually. Okay, so love lasts forever. So there you have it. According to the Bible in 1 Corinthians 13:4-8, it talks about love. And this is basically probably the most profound explanation of what love is all about. You know, it is very hard to attain. And understand this, no, you don't have to attain all of this to know there's love. Okay, it is not inclusive of each other, but it is itself in itself. Every sentence itself is a way of is explanation of what love is. Okay, if you have a person, if you are a kind person, you are kind always to people, you know, that is love. Okay, and itself by itself is already love. Okay, even if let's say you are a person who has lack of patience, but you're very kind to people, that is love. Okay, you just need to work on your patience, and then you have double love. Okay, and a person who can have all these things, okay, is probably God already. Okay, so but you can try, you know, I mean, it is a good thing. We should try to have more of this characteristic or all of this part of what love is all about. Okay, so there you have it, love according to the Bible. And again, the reason why I use the Bible is because the Bible is also called a book of love. Okay, and okay, I'm just looking at the time. We are a little bit. We are 1 hour 42 minutes already. So that's all about what love is. So we talk about how to maintain the marriage. We talk about what love is according to the psychologists. And then we talk about the love that is being mentioned in the Bible. So my question to you is: have you loved before? Do you think you are in love? Okay, and how you can preserve that marriage, that you really, maybe your marriage is in the rock, and you want to try to save a marriage, and there are methods and there are ways to save the marriage, and if you really are interested, okay, the link of this ebook is also will be sent to you in the description and at the bottom, and then you can download this ebook to read yourself. It's free. Okay, anything I give it to you, ebook or whatever, is free. Okay, so yeah, so so continue to hold on to love, continue to hold on to hope, in this time when we need to have more endurance of one another. Love is very important, and sometimes love is the answer. Okay, not sometimes, most of the time love is the answer to all the problems that we are facing now. If we can love a little bit more, if we can endure a little bit more, we can be considerate a little bit more, everything will be better for everyone. And that's love. Okay, so we just played the song just now from Tai Yen. Okay, the song is called Alone. Now we're gonna play in the last song by Minstree, Minstree. Okay, and it's called In His Name. Okay, and thank you very much for keeping tuned with me with the show, even though now it's a one-man show because of Big Fish is not around. So please remember, you can always email us at LightsOnSG@gmail.com. Okay, any type of email, encouragement, or even suggestion, opinion is all welcome. Okay, now every week you can tune into our live at tiny.1/light or tiny.1/16888. Okay, any one of these will actually link you to our live address, and then you will be able to watch us live on YouTube. Okay, and do remember to subscribe to our light. Okay, to like and to like us and to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, and also you can share our YouTube channel so that you can help us to spread the news. And after you subscribe, you can click the bell there so that we will have you will be notified when we go live, or when we have a new video we post. Okay, so tune in to we are going to have a lot of changes in this program. We are not thinking of, we are going to start a new show, maybe on Friday or Saturday. Okay, not Friday, maybe on Wednesday or Saturday. It depends on how we want to do it. It's going to be at about 8 o'clock. Also, it is a show on crimes. Okay, we're going to talk about some of the crimes, especially Singapore crimes that has happened. Okay, some of you do not know that Singapore do have hideous crimes. Okay, some of you know, and some of you have never heard because you don't watch the newspaper, you don't read the newspaper, and there are hideous crimes that happen in Singapore over the period of time, over this 50 years, 60 years, and some of these crimes are quite hideous. So we're going to talk about that, and then we may also talk about some of the international crimes, like in the US, in Hong Kong, in Asia. Especially I will talk about Asia crimes, American crimes. American crimes are quite a lot. So maybe to them that is quite a common thing, but here in Asia, hideous crimes are quite pretty rare. So we want to feature and talk about that in a show. Okay. So watch out. We will have the actual time and date soon, and you'll be told and informed of the confirmed day that it will be shown. Okay, it will be a weekly thing also. Okay, and in the near future, we're gonna also do some things on crystals and some things on essential oil as well. It's gonna be a program, maybe a half an hour program, just to talk about one oil at a time. Okay, an oil at a time, to help you to understand what helps it brings to you, the different essential oil. Okay, So it's either going to be done by Piteulia Foo or going to be done by me. Okay, so thank you again for your time, and I'm very thankful that you are with us. So do keep tuning to us. We are on every Friday at 8 p.m. Okay, we are on every Friday at 8 p.m. Okay, so bye. See you next week.